Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we give you a piece of breaking news. The pennies finally dropped Prince Harry. Meanwhile, Meghan met disaster in Los Angeles. But should we have sympathy for them? It's been the grimmest week of their lives together, and things only look like they're getting worse. But however baffled and hurt we may feel by Harry and Meghan Markle's defection to America, the couple being pathetic doesn't give them the right to expect us to be sympathetic towards them. The long-awaited book they pinned their hopes on, the one which would explain their actions, thoughts, and feelings over the past couple of years, has been met with ridicule and, in some places, outright anger. Their dream charitable foundation, Sussex Royal, went into liquidation with the resignation of all its directors. Meghan's lawsuit against a newspaper seems to be floundering. She lost the first round in the proceedings and has been forced to pay £67,000 in legal fees. Her attempt to preserve the anonymity of 5 friends secretly passing on selective information about her new life looks close to failure too. The couple's lifestyle continues to be ruinously expensive, with the whopping annual bill for personal protection coming out of Harry's pocket. And Meghan's increased wealth since her marriage will now be subject to the scrutiny of the Internal Revenue Service. She'll now be asked to pay a small fortune in taxes. If Harry starts to earn money in the U.S. from lectures and personal appearances, as is his plan, he'll have to pay U.S. taxes. Then again, their earnings in kind, the loan of their Malibu house, the free flights in private jets, will also become subject to the draconian policies of the IRS. As each day of their self-imposed exile goes by, they must wonder again and again whether they made the right decision in quitting Britain last November. Back here, Harry found he's lost the power of royal after lecturing the travel industry on how to adapt to the future. He set himself up as an ethical travel expert with his new organization, Travel List. In his first video since the controversial Finding Freedom was published on Wednesday, he made the opening speech in a virtual global summit on travel, urging the industry to, quote, build back better once the coronavirus pandemic has passed. But former Transport Minister Norman Baker gave Harry a scathing put-down, saying, "I'm afraid his credibility on the subject is lacking over his own jet-setting, which undermines his case. The message is fine, but the messenger is wrong. It's like a carnivore advocating vegetarianism." One online critic accused the couple of being entitled and seemingly tone-deaf to the world we live in today. A photo a few days ago of the couple clambering aboard a gas-guzzling 6-liter Cadillac SUV drew a howl of disapproval from a wider circle of online royal fans. Can Harry and Meghan go on like this? We have to understand that Meghan found herself out of her depth when she joined the royal circle and struggled to come to terms with the protocols which surround that family. Hence, her longing to return to more familiar territory. But now, in his turn, Harry will find it difficult to stay afloat in a Tinseltown culture so alien to his own. Crucially for Meghan, no studio seems to have stepped forward with the offer of a leading lady role, her hope and her dream. If they had, we'd have heard about it. It would seem the all-powerful studio bosses look on the couple as red carpet fodder, not as a bankable item. In Britain, they were a powerful force. But when Harry walked away from royal duties, he broke the magic thread which binds royalty to the people. It's taken a long time for the penny to drop. But Harry has discovered he is no king of the high seas, but a castaway stranded on a desert island. Money worries, his dented global reputation, loss of friends, abandonment of all the things, places, and people he holds dear. These are a high price to pay for a single mistake. But he is not a child, apparently. He knew what he was doing. Making a mistake in life is one thing. We all do it. But being so rude and disrespectful to the Queen, his family, and his country are quite another. They had everything given to them on a plate, and still they threw their toys out of the pram. They are middle-aged now. They do not deserve our sympathy, and none of us can understand why, particularly Harry, would give up on the lovely life and royal family. They made their decision and must now get on with it. Their misfortunes are their own doing, and do not compare with what the rest of us have to put up with. And we have far fewer choices than this pair of moaning victims. Meanwhile, a heartbreaking letter from an old soldier sent to Harry that breaks our hearts. He wrote, "An open letter to Mr. and Mrs. Windsor. Welcome to the real world, Harry. You were protected to some extent when it came to paying taxes. As a Brit living in the UK, you and your wife had the protection of putting your wealth in offshore accounts where you paid very little taxes on your wealth. You also had the very best accounting service that looks after the Windsors' wealth, giving you the very best advice. Now both of you are going to be hit quite hard where tax is concerned. You also had the respect of people like me who swore an oath of allegiance to your grandmother. Now you are just plain Mr. Windsor or Captain Windsor, the rank you could use when you left the British Army. In the past, Captain Windsor, I would have had to show respect if we ever met, slightly bow my head, and call you sir when in conversation. That will not happen now. I will be demanding your respect, seeing as when I left, I was one rank higher than you. That also goes for that wife you have as well. It's probably a good job we will never meet, as I would hate to embarrass your grandmother. However, I feel I would have no option as I am a stickler for the protocol. I am sure you fully understand my position in this, as you were once a serving officer in the British Army. I have to say, Harry, you have let the side down very badly indeed. You made your bed of nails and have only just realized how painful it is. You deserve what you get, and you have no sympathy from most of us. I won't mince my words, young man. You are a disgrace to the uniform you once wore, and have very little sympathy for you. I urge you to come to your senses before it's too late. Clearly, the problem is this pair of wasters and a good proportion of woke warriors only listening to what they want to hear and have no concept of what reality actually is. She was expecting to be treated like royalty while becoming a billionaire. Remember that nonsense about her brand was going to make billions? And when she does drop him, the proverbial stuff will hit the fan over custody of Archie. Siring a son could well prove to be the biggest mistake of all on Harry's part. As usual, it will be the poor kid that will suffer more than anyone in that situation. And you, what do you think? Please let me know in the comment section below, and let's discuss them together. If you loved my video, remember to like and share it with your friends and family. And subscribe to the Sussex Daily News Channel, version 2, to get more news from the royal family. Thanks so much for watching. Good night, and see you tomorrow.
Actually, from the beginning, Harry just wanted to live in a peaceful place. Then Meghan met Harry, left Harry dead, heard about the old things. The existence of Meghan was not valuable. Maybe everything happened. It was all God's will, but Harry's dream was shattered because Harry was too proud, thought that the power was big enough to replace many things, protect his dignity. Until this moment, Harry discovered him is a weak and useless person. Friends and relatives gradually leave him. Not only does Harry not protect them, but also brings scandal.